Hello everyone, my name is AD Promise and you're welcome to John Prime. So today we're going to be looking at a very interesting and an important topic. After Jamb examination, what next? Yeah, after Jamb examination, what next? So as an educational consultant, having helped thousands of students secure admission into their respective institutions and schools, so there's this heat that actually comes after Jamb examination. Yeah. So as a Jambite and probably just wrote Jamb and you are looking for the next path to success, this video is for you. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So moving on to the main topic of discussion of today, we have after Jamb examination, what next? Yeah. After Jamb examination, what next? Like I said earlier before, that the main purpose of writing Jamb or the main reason of writing Jamb is actually to gain admission. It's either gain an admission into any of the Nigeria institutions like your universities, your polytechnics, your college of education, nursing programs, and any other program you can think of here. So I believe the main purpose or the main reason for writing that Jamb is admission. Yeah. So I believe if probably you just wrote down and probably don't know the next step to take before gaining admission or you don't know what to actually do with your Jamb score, I believe this video is for you. So one of your greatest goals this year is to secure admission. And after watching this video and implementing these tips, I believe you are good to go. So looking at these tips now, so number one thing I need you to take note of is after the Jamb examination, you need to check your score and that of your choice of institution. Yeah. So you need to check your Jamb score and see whether it's actually like can actually take you to the choice of education you choose. If yes, good. Yeah. If no, you have to look for the third tip. Yeah. So you have to look. Okay. Look at this. Okay. One thing I need to like. One thing I usually tell candidate is that the moment you check your Jamb score or the moment Jamb score is out, so you need to compare within, like look at the internet or look at guidelines or see people that probably have been admitted into that your school before or they are already studying in that school before. So you can look them and tell them what is the previous cutoff mark for that specific like for that school. Yeah. So I believe most schools like your Uniben, your UI, your Unilag, and top universities they usually take 200. So probably you are able to like check and you actually scored 199 or you score below that school previous cut mark to be able to know okay if probably there are other things you need to take note of. So number two tips you need to take note of is okay you can check your course and the cutoff mark here. After looking at okay probably the first tip like I said you need to check your score and your choice of institution. So probably you have to choose Uniben and you actually got 200 above for Uniben actually has a general cutoff mark of 200. So neither like even they don't even actually care about the course you actually choose. Yeah, for eventually you got to 200, you can actually choose any course in your CTM or in your screening. So the second thing you need to take note of. So it is not actually like getting admission is not actually dependent on the general cutoff mark of that specific school. So there are other things you need to take note of, which is checking your course and that of the cutoff mark. So after confirming that you have crossed the general cutoff mark, so the next step is to see whether you will be admitted with your score. Yeah. So and you need to take note of like the difference between what we call the general cutoff mark and the departmental cutoff mark. Yeah. So you even have the general cutoff mark of 200, but 200 cannot get you medicine and surgery. 200 cannot get you law. 200 cannot get you medical. 200 cannot get you pharmacy. So in order for you to gain admission into these courses, you have to look for their departmental cutoff mark. Yeah. That is where POSITME, okay, like most schools, they usually conduct POSITME. Most schools actually conduct physical screening. Like you just have to bring your relevant materials like your whole level and other things you need to take note of, like in order for them to screen you. And most schools actually do exam, the amplitude test, yeah, the POSITME exam, yeah. So this school actually use that to check, like to calculate for their departmental cutoff mark. So that is what you need to take note of. So some schools like your Unibank, they have the departmental cutoff mark of medicine like 78, some other courses 50, some other courses. So after checking your Jamb score and seeing that probably you got 200 above, the next thing is to check if probably you can see or you can meet the general like the departmental cutoff mark for that your specific course. Yeah. So the third tips you need to take note of is consider whether to do change of course or change of institution, or probably you actually see that okay, probably you have a score of 199 and you choose Uniben or you choose UI, which actually have their cutoff mark as 200. So you actually check okay if probably you are due for change of course or change of institution. So probably you don't get up to 200. So they believe there are different kind of universities like yeah that actually have their cutoff mark at 180, 190, 150. So you can consider choosing to those schools. And again, you have 200 above, but probably you don't have, or you know that your score cannot get you the kind of course you want to get. So you can actually consider choosing or changing to other courses here. So you need to take note of these three tips. I believe the fourth tip you need to take note of is actually like after checking your cutoff mark and see if you're actually due for change of course. The fourth tip you need to take note of is actually learn about your school calendar, learn about the admission processes, and actually the school fees. Yeah, I believe some persons just go ahead choosing some kind of state university or choosing some kind of university. Probably they don't know the school fees. Yeah, I've seen some persons gain admission into some schools. At the end of the day, they fulfill their admission because they weren't able to pay for their school fees. Yeah, so it's very important to know some kind of school actually like their admission or their like their school calendar is very slow. Yeah, even if some persons graduate from other schools, you still find out that the other person is still in 200 level. Yeah, that is how it actually works. So all school actually use different calendar or different school calendar. So you're able to check if that school or if probably you can cope with such calendar, if probably you can cope with such school fees. And the third thing, which is looking at the admission process here. Some school actually use what we call like if probably you are from that state, yeah. Some school mostly in the north, yeah, they actually use what we call the like they actually favor people that actually come from that their specific state. Yeah, so probably some persons can get 240 and not able to get some courses, and other person got 200 and got same course. Yeah, so it is very possible. So you're able to check if such school actually do such things and able to know okay if probably you are able, yeah, you can choose such school or you can trust such school. Yeah. So the fifth thing you need to take note of is after doing this, after checking if probably your score, like checking if probably you met the previous cutoff mark. So the next thing, and take note that cutoff mark usually comes out probably after Jamb policy meeting, yeah, each year. So Jamb will able to set the benchmark for each university that before they start releasing their own cutoff mark. But some universities just like love putting their cutoff mark in one specific position, like your Uniben, your UI, your Unilag, your OAU. I believe this school as just like the cutoff mark is just 200. So probably some school like your Unilorry, they can usually change AAU and so some other state universities, their cutoff mark usually like every year is usually changed. Yeah. So but some schools don't have their cutoff mark as 200. But after checking or after like you're able to do your difference between your score and the previous cutoff mark. So after doing all these things is to start reading. Yeah. So if you find out that the school is actually doing post-UTME exam, yeah. Some school actually do screening like I said, there are different kind of screening. We have the online screening, we have the physical screening, and that of the amplitude test. Yeah, the online screening you just have to do it online. You just have to go to any cybercafe around you or any CBT center. You're able to put out your relevant information and upload it online. It makes you upload it online, and the next thing you start waiting for admission. The physical training or the physical screening is just for you to go to the specific school. Yeah, so they will set a date for that. So you go to that school, and probably when they are going, you're able to bring out like they will announce it. Yeah, they are going to announce it that okay, this is the specific date for this physical screening. So look at the materials you need to bring along. So is it that your O level? Is it that your birth certificate? Is it that your good like different things you need to take note of? So, but all those things are going to be available. Yeah. So then after doing all those things, the fifth thing you need to do is buy your post-UTME past questions and start reading. Yeah, and start reading. If probably you've checked that your school of choice is doing post-UTME exam, yeah, So don't wait for your school to announce, okay, look at the specific date we are doing posting exam before you start reading. No, you might just fail that exam. Yeah, you might just fail that exam. So the moment you are able to check all these things, is the next step you need to take is start reading. Yeah, I mean, positing most schools actually have their positing like the same, let's say the same combination as that of the one you did the jam. So you go to use your jam textbooks. Like some schools like OA, you know that OA is actually diverse, like advanced more than that of the O level. Yeah, but you're able if you're able to check, the syllabus, I believe you are good to go. Yeah. So, but the thing you need to take note of is getting their past questions. Yeah, getting their past questions, getting their past questions. The thing that school cannot set like they can't expose you to new things. They can't expose you to things that probably you haven't seen before. Is what is in your textbook. Is what is probably that is what they are actually set. So the moment you are able to look at their past question, you're able to know that okay, this is how they set their question. Okay, this is probably the topic that they usually set most. So this is how the structure of the questions look like. So this is the number of questions that they usually ask. So is it CBT? Is it PPT? So you want to note all these things before actually going into that exam hall. So the next thing or the next step you need to take note of is be updated about your school screening date. Yeah, be updated about. I believe most schools will start giving out their admission form later on. Start saying, okay, look at the cutoff mark for you to be eligible for this specific course. Look at the cutoff mark for you to like some schools usually change their cutoff mark yearly. Yeah, so the moment you are able to do all these things, is the next thing you need to do is you can follow any of our social media platforms, which is the Jump Prime. We have Facebook, we have Telegram, we have. So you can always follow any of our social media platform. Yeah, we don't update any school position form, that nursing form, and other things you need to take note of in order for you to gain admission into the universities. Yeah. So for you not to be caught unawares, you need to follow. You can follow any of the is it if your school actually have a page, you can follow them. You can follow any of the newsletter you usually release. So I believe all this will be able to keep you updated and note what to do. So don't just write down and feel relaxed that okay probably they are going to send you SMS or something like that, or they're going to send you email email messages. No, no, no. So you have to follow any of these social media platforms and be well updated. Yeah, be well updated. So the next step you need to take after everything, after writing your exams or after probably writing your exam, okay, the next thing is to be patient. Yeah, I believe there's this there's this anxiety that actually comes after screening or after jam examination or after probably OCTME examination. Yeah, many students are now falling into anxiety of almost let my school should just release this admission. Like most persons actually fall into depression or probably so the thing not or the thing you just need to take note of is be patient. Yeah. After writing your jam or after writing your CTME, just put everything to God's end that I have already done my part. Please, Father, do yours. Yeah. So I believe no man is on highland. Yeah. So I believe you have tried your best. You have tried your best from writing WAEC. You have tried your best from writing jam. You tried your best in writing CTME. So you have already done your best. So the next part is for God to do this. Yeah. So I believe the moment you're able to implement this, I believe your biggest goal this year is already fulfilled. Yeah. I believe you gained value from this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you